Before the Great Mechanoid War, Imperial theme worlds were commonplace across the galaxy. Some existed for pleasure, others for sport, and some for darker themes, like this abandoned horror world. For countless eons, the clones, creations, and programs of the theme world ran rampant, bound forever to follow their original programming. Without the scientists to maintain the program, and without any guests playing the part of the hero, the villains simply won. They achieved their mighty but confusing goal of destroying the world. And now, present day, the origins of the mysterious villains and mutants have been long forgotten, and the new Imperial settlers have arrived to colonize and scavenge. But the threat of the villains and monsters was too much for the newcomers, and after fortunately discovering ancient superpower-granting labs, the settlers have formed a League of Heroes, calling themselves the Justice Force, and have vowed to defeat all evil. Confronted by this new enemy, the most powerful surviving villains have put aside their differences and joined forces to Dracula, the Wicked Witch of the West, Dr. Frankenstein, Medusa, Wolfman, and Margaret Thatcher, along with their new servant Renfield. But of course, the villains are limited by their original programming. Incite horror, fear, and terror, not just kill indiscriminately and efficiently, but do the worst, most unthinkably evil things possible. After all, that's what the guests pay for. This month is Spooky Month, and that means it's time to do all sorts of unthinkable, unfathomable, horrific, questionable, and ethically irresponsible things in this game. Taking us on this spooky and morally questionable journey is a group of villainous, disgusting, and downtrodden pawns. Each one with their separate goals, thoughts, feelings, and overall ambitions, things they want to achieve on their journey here in Rimworld. And they're just so evil, so pathetic and evil. But of course, all good villains thrive when they have something to fight against, something to oppose them, something to corrupt. And in this case, we have the benevolent empire, their settlers that they're desperately trying to protect, and the League of Heroes, goody two-shoes with superpowers and capes. They've all got capes. And of course, both we, the villains, and those sniveling goody two-shoes heroes are gonna have to contend with zombies. They're villains, okay? They're villains, they're pathetic, they've got no style, they've got no substance. There's more to being a villain than just mindless killing and eating your foes. We are gonna eat them. Thatcher's going to eat a lot of them, in fact. Now, I'm not going to insult your intelligence by giving you every single trait and backstory and passion and idea and ambition of these characters here. You understand what Dracula is, you know what Dracula wants. Medusa will clearly be turning people to stone and collecting very important individuals to put in a cave as eternal statues. The Wicked Witch will cook people into tasty pies. You understand, okay? They're villains. Dr. Frankenstein is pretty obvious. The man's not going to teach you maths, is he? But you know who is important and worth mentioning? That's right. It's Renfield. My very good and very mysterious friend Renfield has agreed to be the leader of the brainwashed thralls, all the people that we're going to capture and put to work, and the people who are going to clean the floors and do the mining and the plants work and all the horrible stuff that our villains would never do. I mean, for God's sake, Dracula isn't going to sweep his own floors, is he? And of course, if you are a depraved, unhinged, questionable individual and you would love to play along and commit all sorts of atrocities in the name of Halloween, everything you'll need is down in the description, and this one is very stable. Because the concept is your imagination. That's the limit this time. And now, without further ado, we should probably put Renfield to work building some sort of structure before the heroes turn up and blast us with their laser eyes. They will have laser eyes. Some will have laser eyes. Now, I have a few rules that I'm personally going to stick to through this playthrough, okay? You don't have to do this. This is entirely up to you. I'm a YouTuber. Don't believe anything I say, otherwise, before you know it, you've bought a VPN and some dodgy headphones. First things first, the villains should get to do whatever they like. Renfield and whatever servants we end up recruiting are going to be the ones to do the hard work. If the villains want to help out, that's their choice. That's totally fine. Say, for example, the Wicked Witch, she absolutely loves cooking. I'm not going to stop her cooking. Well, more specifically, she likes eating people. She likes eating people in, like, you understand. Like every way of eating people. Yes, I know before you say anything, it was Hansel and Gretel where she baked people, not the Wicked Witch of the West. I understand that, but the Wicked Witch of the West is only good at summoning monkeys, which she can do, by the way. Oh my god, she could summon a raging monkey. Holy crap, it's like 28 weeks later. We're right on theme for Halloween. Now, my rule of not giving them work hours doesn't mean that they won't work, of course, if they're set to an anything schedule. For example, Margaret Thatcher absolutely can't wait to break the will of prisoners through violence. She loves it. The only restriction on whether or not they work, I think, is whether or not they've got a passion in it. The Wolfman is more than happy to train animals. The Wicked Witch of the West is more than happy to cook pies. Or cook people into pies. Or take pies. The other thing to bear in mind, of course, is that we're not just here to defeat the heroes. We're here to inflict terror and horror. We're not just going to wipe them out or drop a nuke on the base or anything like that. Madam, I have some terrible news. A haircut probably isn't in the cards. I'm not going to lie. Probably just rearranges them a little bit, you know? Ties them back. So along with the servants being the ones to do the work, unless our people choose to help out, of course, unless our villains want to help, I think they all deserve some sort of end goal. Some sort of crazy, lofty, evil scheme that a villain would typically have. You know, something they can really monologue over before they're inevitably stopped by the heroes. I'm going to write a few things down, and I'm very much open to suggestions from you awful people in the comments. Because in my experience, the worst things in life you are able to read right down below these videos. That isn't a meme. We can legitimately turn the High Stellarch into nuggets. What I would even like to do is clone him repeatedly, turn his clones into chickens, then turn those into nuggets so that we have an infinite supply of McStellarchs. We've got to think on theme here. Medusa collects valuable people as statues. Maybe we put out warrants on the noble Imperials and we collect them all as some sort of macabre art gallery. Maybe my good friend Dr. Frankenstein, who is a very kind man but still a total psychopath. And I know he's like actually Frankenstein. He's also a doctor. Like, he is the monster, but he's also a doctor. He followed in his father's footsteps. It's very confusing. Maybe he wants to sew half a dozen people together and inject them with genes, make his own Frankenstein's monster. But then it would be Dr. Frankenstein's monster's monster, which would be very meta. I'm gonna be sensible, okay? I always go far too crazy with the starting base and it looks ridiculous, so we're going to stick very, very small. And besides, this is a bit more of a serious playthrough this time, so I want to keep things a bit more on brand. Got a bit more of an important question. What the hell do we eat? There's nothing on this map. There are things on the map. Hello, there are piggies. What the hell are these as well? Tentacular aberrations. The plant is completely alien, but it makes delicious tentacular fruit. Ah, delicious mouth tentacles. Just what Margaret Thatcher needs. Sorry, Thatcher, did that say you tried to convert Renfield to your ideology? Don't do that. We need him to be the leader of the thralls. She just can't help herself. Oh, Renfield, Thatcher needs some mouth tentacles. Well, in fact, saying that, Thatcher's the only one who doesn't eat anything. She doesn't eat. I mean, she eats children, but that's for sport, not for nutrition. The xenotype's pretty straightforward, okay? I'm not going to go through all of them. Pretty much, if you played any of RedMattis' mods, you know what they are. This is from the Vampires, Demons, and Undead mods. We got the Draco Master. The Medusa is from the Snakes, Lamia, and other thing. Frankenstein is a Frankenstein, funnily enough. The Wolfman is a lycanthrope from that very same mod. The only custom ones are the Wicked Witch, because funnily enough, there wasn't much call for that. She's afraid of water and can summon monkeys, along with being, you know, kind of generically villainous and having villain powers. Thatcher, same story, generically villainous with villain powers and resistant to bombs. For reasons. Then there's Renfield, our specially designed head thrall. You're probably wondering, they're all deathless. Yes, they are. But if they all die, then the heroes will burn our base down. And let's be clear, how many villains in media actually ever die? If Batman had simply shot the Joker, it would have made for a terrible story. Why am I letting them build this? What am I doing with my life? Happy for a little while, okay? Very low expectations. They're all very pleased that they found like-minded monsters that they can band together with, even if they disagree with them on just about everything. And fortunately for us, Wolfman and Medusa both love building things. Wolfman's a wolf, okay? He wants to build a den. Medusa is an expert in all things stone. High mining, high construction. all things stone. She's a sculptor. You know where I'm going with that. She's a sculptor. She's an artist. Something of an artist myself. Dracula Big Goth Castle. I think that's a sensible goal for him. Having a bunch of people in his basement that he can always sippy on seems quite nice. Wolfman can tame dangerous animals. Tame danger. I like that. Oh my god, we've got the spread the word mod. That makes it so that if you release something like 30 people that you've converted to your ideology, then their faction converts over. What if Thatcher builds a prison complex and converts people over to villainy? Thatcher runs for Prime Minister. Medusa, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? Hypothermia? Well, she is from Greece, you idiot. She's not used to these freezing cold temperatures. Okay, well, it's 13 degrees C. Grow up. What's wrong with you? Oh, she's got very limited, comfortable temperature range. Okay, it's okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Oh my god, Dracula's telling terrible jokes. I got my best friend a fridge for her birthday. Can't wait to see her face light up when she opens it. Well, this is nice and wholesome. I can't believe the Wolfman is asleep. You're a Wolfman. Surely nighttime is when we're supposed to wake you up. Oh, well, I'm not going to tell him what to do. He's the villain. A werewolf that sleeps at night is the worst thing I've ever heard. What's wrong now, Medusa? What do you need? Smoke leaf withdrawal. For God's sake. Oh, but to make everyone feel better, the Wicked Witch is throwing a party. My guy, you're a Wolfman. The clue's in the name. What a party. What a party, eh? I'm just really glad they're getting along so well. Now, the eagle-eyed of you out there will have noticed that on our colonist bar is a button that says reinforcements. And that's because out here on the world, there are some very kind and nice people who just seem to enjoy what we do in our villainous base. And they very generously and very kindly offered to be our allies and said if we ever need help, all we have to do is call them up. Oh my Christ, it's raining. The Wicked Witch, no! Go indoors! Oh, turns out she's just not bothered at all. I guess it's because she's wearing that enormous hat. The Wicked Witch thinks you should give this settlement a name. What should the local settlement be called? Oh, God. You've really put me on the spot here, Wicked Witch. The faction, obviously, is the League of Villains, but what on earth do I call the settlement? I'm open to suggestions. I always try and open it to suggestions on these first episodes to see if anybody's got anything good in mind. And if I don't like any of your terrible suggestions, I'll come up with something myself. For the time being, we're going to call it Mr. Skeletal. Oh my god, she's freaking out. I don't think it actually upsets her too much. No, she's just carrying on as if nothing's wrong. I think if we'd have started at the coast or by a beach or something, she'd constantly have fled the water. But because it's raining, she's just in a perpetual state of terror. Oh, this is torture. This is torture. This is hell. Oh, shit. Don't kill one another, for God's sake. Please don't kill one another. She's not going to petrify them automatically, I assume, because that would be a real pain in the ass to lose Dracula episode 1. Jesus, just don't rip anything off. Okay, they're good. They're good. They're friends again. They're not friends. They all hate one another. I mean, they're all villains, for God's sake. Dracula, you fanny. You can't hate Renfield. He's your friend. This is horrible. Just pure terror all the time. God's sake, it's supposed to be the people on the planet that feel terror, not my League of Villains. Who's the doctor? Dr. Frankenstein. Come and patch up Dracula. He's covered in snake bites. They've already found us, but it isn't the heroes. It's the mindless morons, the fungus cannibals. Hello there. Not a fungus cannibal. You're a man with a stick. What the hell is that thing? Sandstone conversion staff. Oh, it's a missionary. Now the question is, who do I send to deal with our visitor? I mean, Dracula and Medusa are recuperating from their fight. Dr. Frankenstein is not very good at throwing hands, unless they're the hands he hacks off of limbs. It's daytime, so it feels weird to send the Wolfman and the Wicked Witch is fleeing the rain. Thatcher, you're up, my friend. My god. My god, good luck, Thatcher. She's unarmed, but my god, she's so evil. Oh, what is that? Oh, you just hacked his limb off. What was that you chopped off? His arm fell off. That's disgusting, Thatcher. Take the staff. That's your staff now. Enjoy. Do we have any use for Purple Eagle? You know what? I think we do. Wicked Witch, what are you doing? Really didn't want any delicious tentacles. 13 mining, double passion. Renfield, deal with this man. Thatcher is far too good for such a thing. We stood back up. Oh, you fool. Oh, for God's sake. Renfield, you moron. Renfield is a very mysterious guy, okay? Nobody knows where he came from. Nobody knows why he's here serving them. What we do know is he's so powerful. He defies conventional combat logic. We're just not sure where he came from. It's a total mystery. He's just a dude, okay? He doesn't have any, like, crazy bionics or anything else. In fact, apparently he's got a prosthetic foot. She's gonna kill the Wicked Witch because she's in serious pain. Do not. Dracula, Thatcher, somebody come and stop her, for God's sake. We can't lose the Wicked Witch day one. Don't get me wrong, I think the Wicked Witch can probably stand her ground, but I'm not going to risk that. Piercing spine, go. Nice. Oh, it didn't do anything. Shit. Don't kill her, though. Just lightly punch. Okay. Now she's very inspired all of a sudden. I love Tortured Artist. What a great trait to have for Halloween. Renfield, get over here. People need tending. Frankenstein, one of you. For God's sake, tend these poor people. Oh! The Dracula infected with vampirism. No. We don't want to do that. Steal memories and body parts. No, you weirdo. I just want you to tend her, Frankenstein. In fact, what'd you do with that person who turned up? Where'd that missionary go? Amazing. Amazing. It's always darkest before the dawn, okay? A few difficult weeks of suffering, and they are going to be... They're going to be set. They're going to have castles. They're going to have servants and all the crazy projects they ever want to do. Show me the goods. Steal memories and body parts to add brave. Steal memories and body parts to overcome psychopath. Steal memories and body parts... What do you mean to overcome psychopath? What do you mean to overcome mad surgeon? We can make him brave. Oh, shit. Consume his memories for skills or consume his passions? That really does make you think. I mean, it will when we consume him. I think we take his passions. This was a very passionate person. Give me your passions. Mmm, tasty. Don't know how Frankenstein works. Clearly just takes a chunk off of them and then... Okay, maybe he does eat them. Maybe he does just totally eat them whole. That's fine. These things happen. What did you get from that? You got a passion in something, I'm very sure, but I don't remember what you had before. I think it was a passion in artistic. Missionary for the mushroom people, and this is all that's left behind. Well, our people are very skilled, and we do have vanilla skills expanded because they're experts. I think they deserve some skill here. Frankenstein. Jesus, none of these really suit you. Tailoring clothes, weaponsmithing, fabricating. I don't think we go for any. I think we wait until it gets a higher medical skill, 15 medical. Let me go with that one. Dracula, what can we give to you? Piercing, dueling, wardening, or negotiating? Let's go for dueling. He seems like a man of style and a man of the classics. And that seems a bit more appropriate. Medusa's got nothing. She's useless. Wolfman. Handling? I think that makes the most sense. The Wicked Witch, obviously, in feeding. She's the wicked... I know, combining like two witches here. Okay, that's not the point. Thatcher, naturally negotiating. Ooh, maybe wardening, maybe proselytizing. Oh, they're all bloody good. Let's go negotiating. Negotiations and trading. That seems pretty good. If anybody is ever going to get a good deal trading with Void, I think we know who it's going to be. Oh, and then Renfield. He's so good, we can give him basically anything. None of these people are good at long-range combat. So, you know, I feel like maybe a little aiming, maybe a little sharp shooting. I think he really needs that. Let's go aiming. That seems good. Oh my God, it's so obvious what we need to do for Frankenstein. We need to build him a wife. Bride of Frankenstein. I am a goddamn genius. Unlike the Wolfman, who's a goddamn idiot, and I keep having to free him from prisons. The fuck do you mean regeneration coma? What happened to the Wicked Witch? Are you good? She died of food poisoning? You moron. Yeah, here's an idea. Maybe if you spent less time running away from the rain outside and more time lying down, you wouldn't have shit yourself to death. We're absolutely doomed. Day one and someone's already technically died from food poisoning. Just grow up, Wolfman. For Christ's sake. Oh my God, look at the mini-map. Well, that doesn't seem very friendly. What the hell do you mean several separate groups of Imperials as one person? What do you like explode on impact or something? Is Medusa ready to fight now? You good? Vampirism, signs of infection, developed immunity. I think she's fine. I've got to see what happens when we petrify someone. Wow, this base is absolutely horrible to try and navigate. Why have I done this to myself? Hello there, how you doing? Get petrified. Get petrified. Boom. Oh, it just stuns them for a long time. Oh, I was hoping it would turn them to stone. I understand that would be horribly overpowered. Luckily, we have the Statue of Colonist mod, so it doesn't really matter. What do you mean? What do you mean they're kidnapping who they can and leaving? Renfield, for God's sake. These villains suck. That's so bad. What, did she acid herself? I don't think she did. Oh, consuming gore. Oh, a delicious treat. Thank you. You really did just rip that man's arm off and then eat it. Amazing. I think I've had enough fun with the skeleton, okay? Basics are in place, right? We can cook some delicious tentacle meals on the campfire. We've got all the recreation anyone could ever need. This thing is temporary. We're gonna tear it down eventually. I just needed somewhere very small, very compact for them to live. Now it's time to begin evil. I think Dracula would have a castle, right, of course. Dr. Frankenstein needs a lab. Medusa needs a cave. Wolfman needs some sort of den? Maybe he could actually live out in the open. Wicked Witch, I'll give her a nice house with a big old restaurant or a kitchen or something. And then Thatcher can have all sorts of spikes and crucifixes. Guess we'll start work on a very tiny little castle for Dracula. What stones am I going to use for that, though? Gonna have to do a little mining, but rose quartz sounds like a fun thing to build Dracula's castle out of. Villains and villains will be upset if mining occurs. Don't worry, it's only Renfield that has to worry about that. Oh, hold on. What have you got? Steal memories and body parts to add bloodlust. How many traits can you have? Well, I mean, I'm going to take bloodlust. I mean, that suits Dr. Frankenstein perfectly. Ripping a man to pieces and then gaining bloodlust just makes perfect sense. And look at how happy he is while he does it. Absolutely monstrous. Thank you. I changed mine. We don't start with Dracula's castle. Let's put everybody a separate bedroom in the skeleton's ribcage. Oh, and then how about we start with a lab? I think a lab would make perfect sense. Kick things off with Dr. Frankenstein, maybe get a hospital going or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll just let it develop naturally. Let's take a couple of very fancy beds, courtesy of our good friends over in Void. This is the worst base anyone has ever built. It's so impractical. We've got to maximize comfort, haven't we? The villains need whatever the best we can possibly give them. That's our main goal, not building big castles or anything urgently, making sure they're all as comfortable as we possibly can manage. Oh no, I can't even fit a dresser in there. Well, whoever gets that room is going to be slightly less comfortable. I know what else you do in this game. You grow crops. I remember that. We'll start a little farm. Renfield can grow some delicious vegetables ready for dinner. An ambush praiser. Euphrain Melodus, a praiser of the friendly empire, is calling from nearby. A man-hunting cat. Here's an idea. Let's let them join us. Of course, we'll keep you safe. Probably not except with Thatcher. They'll never turn up. Oh, but when they turn up. Oh, but when they turn up. It's here. The man-hunting cat is here. Where's the praiser, though? They didn't actually turn up at all. What, you wanted me to lure the cat over? No, you just didn't turn up. Why? Is there something about us that isn't trustworthy? It's incredibly rude. Okay, so the shuttle's here. The praiser never turned up. Because we're hostile from the get-go. I've never really tried that before. Hey, smash this shuttle. Let's send them a message. Ha 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 ha, so villainous. Boom. Take that. Ooh. Hey, that was kind of big brain. We've got some of the things we need to build a multi-analyzer. One day. Our first villainous deed. Well done, Dracula. Felt more like petty vandalism than it did worthy of the League of Villains. Yeah, everybody's got to start somewhere. No! Margaret Thatcher, what happened? She's so upset she hasn't killed anyone recently. I tried to bait someone over, but they didn't fall for it. I bet this is Dracula's fault. Yes, we will save your life. It's not very convincing down the phone. What do you mean, vie for power? A League of Villains member has a melee skill better than the current leader. Other villains expect the vie for power to take place. Oh, shit. Is Dracula... Wait, is Dracula our leader? Who took over? It's Thatcher. You can see it right there. Who's better than Thatcher? No one's better than Thatcher. Maybe it's because they're both level 16. Of course, after Dracula beat that cat up. Of course, yeah. Maybe villains, but they're not dishonorable. He's not going to challenge a Thatcher in a coma to a fist fight. What am I saying? What the hell did I just say out loud? I don't know what's going on already. Can anybody offer Dracula a little bit of a sippy? Oh, the Wicked Witch of the West can. Hey, I'll give Dracula a drink. The poor guy's got nothing left. Oh, Medusa can offer some as well. Hey, this is good. Wolfman? Renfield definitely can. A werewolf that peacefully transforms in his sleep is maybe the worst thing I've ever seen. What a terrible supervillain you are. Okay, enough of this. We need to work on villainous headquarters. Now, I'll be honest. I might keep the skull. The rest can go because it's horribly impractical, but the skull we can certainly work into something a bit more usable. I think first things first, maybe a floor? Do we even have enough wood? Because this redwood doesn't count. Redwood floor? Any sort of floor that we can actually bloody place down? Steel or paved tiles might just have to do. 482, that's not unreasonable. Something to kill and eat. Hello, what are you? A group of elephant. Kill and eat those elephant. Kill an elephant, that's a villainous thing. Medusa? Maybe Dracula? They can deal with it together. Worst case scenario, okay? The elephant stomps on Dracula and we have to call in Void. These things might happen. Didn't happen in the novel. This didn't ever happen in the novel. Okay, blah! Oh my god, Dracula! Okay, fair enough. What the hell have you got here? Medicine, tar shells, a medic bag. Ooh, for Dr. Frankenstein. Illegal Red Cross medicine. What is that? Light leather sash, no thank you. And more importantly, a steel hatchet for Renfield. Because, I mean, we can only really call him Renfield when he's sowing crops, after all. Haha. Oh, he's already done it. Oh, not all of it, though. Hey, lazy. What do you mean you've got to do the building, the mining, the crop sowing, the harvesting, the cooking, and the cleaning? That doesn't matter. Transport pod crash. Hello. Delhomme. How are you doing? What are you? You're a rock person. That actually sounds quite useful. What are you thinking? Thrall them? Mining of 8, that could be quite useful. I suppose we could just rescue them and see if they convert, but I've got to remember we are villains. That's too much of a nice guy thing to do. But so because we want to keep you around rather than trying to brainwash the planet, let's have Renfield get to work on you as soon as possible. So now we want to convert over to brainwash thralls, if you don't mind. Mrs. Thatcher, Renfield needs to borrow your conversion stuff. That's not words I ever want to see. That's gonna cause nightmares. Real horror right there. Here, come grab that. Come grab that a second, leave the axe behind. Go, Renfield. Go, Renfield, whack them with your whacking stick. 72%, that's what we like to see. Oh, shit. Well, that was earlier than I expected. The Heroes Union. They're going to spawn in with actual superpowers. We're not ready for this. I've got a butler with a stick made of concrete. Oh my god, Renfo Wilhelmus. Hello. He does have powers. Blast resistance, genius intellect. Where's the other one? Where's the other one disappeared to? What have you got going on? Loner. Super speed. Everybody knows of the super psychotic Peter. That was very convenient. God damn, they look cool. And more importantly, they've got capes. Oh, that's what we like to see. Nothing else. They're only wearing capes. Oh, that's a bit concerning. Some heroes you are. We haven't got Thatcher, our strongest weapon, but I think we'll be fine. Dracula can do some real heavy lifting, and they've turned up at nighttime. Finally, the Wolfman can be useful. What is that? What are you doing? Non-lethal pistol. He's firing rubber bullets at Dracula. Wolfman, rip him apart. These damn heroes, they think they're so heroic, and they're going to turn us to the side of good. What have you got? Smoke grenades. Renfo, what were you thinking, huh? This was clearly never gonna work. I suppose they haven't really fought many strong villains in a long time. You fool. You were trapped in here there with... Ah! Dracula! No, I was about to say he's trapped in the smoke with Dracula, but no. Dracula, that's all it takes for Dracula. The man's useless. Petrifying Medusa. Not quite sure how that works in smoke, I will admit. It didn't. Ah! She's down already. What you people suck! You suck! Oh, shit. Wait. Where I had Dracula bite my people, they've got vampirism. Wait, what? Take us blinded, death to the fire. Oh, shit. Oh, the Wicked Witch and Medusa have vampirism. Where Renfield's fine. It's fucking... These supervillains suck. These supervillains suck. Renfield, for God's sake. This is not really the epic showdown I expected. You lot surrounding and stomping on the hero. Absolutely pathetic. Absolutely terrible. It's a rough start, but you imagine when like 9 heroes drop down and Dracula's got his cape and he's a much more powerful vampire and he has some sort of vampire weapon, maybe a big old sword. And the Wolfman unleashes a pack of wargs on them, then it'll be cool. Right now, it's just them kind of punching each other, which is a bit sad. What the hell did we even achieve today? Okay, so we kicked a couple of heroes to death. I suppose we have a base, if you can call it that. Mainly, it's just been a load of friendly fire. But I mean, they're a league of villains. Obviously, they're going to beat the shit out of one another. The Wicked Witch is almost back, which is quite nice. Now, here's something I'm kind of reluctant to say. I did almost use wave-based survival, because it makes sense, because we're villains, people would want to hunt us down. I could be persuaded to try it out, to give it a go. It's been a long time since I've done wave-based survival. I don't think I've played it properly since, what, Bucko Drink? And that might make perfect sense. And it'll force me to do a bit more villainy a bit faster, rather than building an enormous trumpet-playing skeleton. But more importantly, hey, thank you for joining me. This is honestly the perfect start. I don't want the villains to be hyper overpowered, coming out swinging. They've got to be miserable and sad, and they've got to hate one another, and then they've got to build up to be super, super powerful, because that will make our victory and our terror all the sweeter. Please, let me know your horrible, horrible ideas, and I'm very excited to see what we can cook up this time. Maybe very literally. Thank you, of course, to the patrons who allow this to exist, for better or for worse. Thank you to Akimbo, Orphans, Goochman, Johnny Goodguy, Tapscott, Snozzer, Sunrunner37, Cubes of Hand, Moodle Poken, Zonny the Beard, Neo Zela, Conrad Mazinski, Zero the Person, Juicy Pickle, Time Waster, Grendeloffen, Punlord, Vox Dei, Rock Death, Raven, Mordecai Zuba, Danny the Dandelion, Logan Bissett, Pang Power, Nightbee, Rowan, Christian Clark, Mika, Quiz, Bannigan, Nikolai Nielsen, and Kane for today's executive producers here on RimRim. Thank you for joining me. The heroes are of course named after the Patreon faction, so very likely you will be horribly murdered by Dracula as a nice Halloween treat for you all. Thank you as well to Uninvited Haggis, Jason R, Health and Safety Inspector, Punky Roo, Offensively Canadian, Salakata, Black Magic, Elliptic, Loxorus, Dorian, Killer of Lawyers, Callum James 3, God's Nut, Sam Kears, and Lilac Logan as well. See you all tomorrow for RimRim.